Welcome to the Jimmy John's first intermission report. I'm Chelsie Allen.
And I'm Peter Tamal. And Chelsie, we've talked a lot about the recent success the men's team has had here in the second half of the year. Also, the women's hockey team has been on a little bit of a roll, just coming off a couple wins against the University of Minnesota this last weekend.
And you'll hear a lot of that success can be contributed to this year's senior class. Two forwards in particular, as this season they move their way into the record books.
Well, I think Holly's a very, very skilled player. She handles the puck so well, she shoots well, she has a knack for scoring. I mean, she's kind of a complete player.
Holly is definitely one of the biggest competitors that I know, and she never gives up.
Nobody works harder than Catilin. She's going to give you everything she's got every single shift. She's going to block shots, she's going to take pucks in the back of the head and everything else and keep playing and keep playing. And
definitely a hard worker and a grinder.
Holly Roberts and Caitlin Hogan, two St. Cloud State seniors with quite a big connection. These two Huskies are not only teammates, but also roommates, both leaving their mark in the Husky history books.
I didn't know that I was coming up to that mark, and somebody mentioned to me, and I was like, oh, that's cool, you know, and then they're like, you know, only one person has done that before, and I was like, what?
Caitlin was the first to break into the books, as only the second women's player to reach 100 points. But it wasn't long, just 2 weeks later, that Holly would make it 3.
I know Caitlin and I both didn't really, for myself, I didn't realize I was that close, and I didn't realize who or how many points was the highest or anything like that. It definitely feels like a big accomplishment.
we've had one player score 100 points in 10 years of the 11 years of the program, and now we have two in the same class that got in there. So hopefully it shows the program's moving forward, and obviously a great accomplishment for those two individuals.
For Caitlin, it wouldn't stop there. On January 30th, on an assist late in the first period against Bemidji State, she would find herself at the top of the list for career scoring.
Well, after I reached that 100-point, people were like, you know, you only got 19 more to tie that all-time scoring, and I had no idea I was even close to that at all, and it was huge. I mean, it set a goal for me, and it was attainable, and that's what I went for. And it's great that it's points because you get assists and the goals, and you're setting other people up, and you're helping out your team, and that's just pretty much what it's mean to me, that I've put in my dues and I've helped my team be successful.
It's no surprise that these two complement each other quite well on the ice.
To have someone working that hard, it reminds you to stay up to that level and stay up to that high play.
She gives me the puck, I know exactly where she's going, she knows where she has to be, and I give it right back to her. And both of us want to make each other better. We push each other, and I think that's probably what has made us so successful together as like a cohesive unit.
With time winding down as Huskies, both Holly and Caitlin are looking to leave everything on the ice.
I started the season off not feeling or knowing that this is it, but lately especially it's definitely hit home that this is it, and it's hard, and I'm hoping when it is done that I won't have any regrets, especially this last year.
I'm sad that it's going to be over, but I definitely want it to last as long as possible, and hopefully we'll just keep getting some wins, and that our big senior class is going to pump up our underclassmen and just try to make it a season to remember.